Hi, I'm back. I don't know how the sound is working right now because I moved the computer to a different area. But let's get into it. So, a few weeks back, I said I wanted to kind of keep this one of the playlists on this channel as kind of like a vlog. Just some thoughts that come randomly to my life or things that are going on or whatever. And then I proceeded to get sick, and for the last 2 weeks, I have not been able to talk. And as you can hear, my voice is not where it needs to be yet. So, yeah, we're going to have to deal with that because if not, I'm never going to create content. So, why am I here? I had a couple of thoughts that I wanted to share with you, specifically when it comes to people my age, aka reaching 60, and 60 is barreling down at the speed of light. I have like 5 months left. And so today I was scrolling through TikTok and I encountered this person's message, and they were feeling pretty depleted, pretty depressed, I would say. They were just feeling like they had no energy and nothing to say. And this person is young. This person has to be either a millennial or even younger, maybe. And it broke my heart because I know how they feel, but I'm about to be 60, so I can sort of see why somebody like me would feel this way. And then, right after I saw that video and I left this person a comment, I saw another video where somebody was commenting on taking their mom to a concert, and their mom was dancing to the music. And I'm not even going to try to say the name of the guy because he's very popular, but I can't say his name because I don't know how to pronounce it. But he was in, I want to say, oh my God, what's his name? It was in one of the late shows. And he did a presentation, and all his songs he sings in his native language. And I freaking love the guy, and I love the music, but I have no idea what he's saying unless I go and translate it. But I don't have a problem with that, because if I'm okay with Bad Bunny singing in Spanish and people having to translate his music, I really don't have a problem with somebody else. But the reason why I'm bringing this up, the second video, is because when I look at the mom, a part of me starts thinking about the fact that when other people look at me or at this lady, all they see is an old lady. When I look at myself in the mirror, I see myself only a little older. I don't really see myself 60 or 59, I should say. I see myself as me, just older. And I don't know if that's the reason why, but I was really excited. I was super excited about turning 60. Something about a year ending in the zero that makes it really special for me. Plus, neither one of my brothers made it to 50, let alone 60. So to me, every year I make it, it's like an homage to them. Like, I want to see things just because they didn't get to see them. But for some reason, and I said this in the previous video, I don't know what happened. Somewhere along the line, I really don't care about my birthday anymore. And I know because my sister's not going to be in Florida for my birthday, and I should be more upset about it because I want to celebrate my birthday. But I really don't want to force her to come all the way to Orlando for my birthday if I'm not going to be in the mood to celebrate my birthday on my birthday. Here's the thing. There is something that happens to you as you go along through life that only people that are in your same spot they're the only ones that are going to understand. And of course, now I look back and I think about my parents and I realize that they probably felt the same way, because I don't think this is a unique experience. I just think that people don't talk about this enough. And it is the fact that sometimes what we call a midlife crisis is not a midlife crisis so much as somebody thinking, but I don't feel old, so why should I live by some standard that society has created for me? I'm not interested in, well, I shouldn't say that, because I do want a tattoo. But I'm not interested in doing certain things that people associate with a midlife crisis, like getting a younger boyfriend, or I don't know, doing things that people do when they are younger. And on the other hand, I do want to try everything I haven't tried yet. A few years ago, I tried a couple of things I had never tried before. I'm not going to get into the specifics. But it was cool for the 5 seconds I did it, and then I was done. It wasn't something that went with my life, so I kind of understand why it never happened before. But that doesn't mean I don't want to try other things. I'm going to give you a really stupid example. I have very limited experience when it comes to Thailand food. I don't know how to say it. Food from Thailand, Thai food, I guess, and Indian food. I have very little, very, very, very limited knowledge of it. And those happen to be two types of food that I might be able to get away with because they're not gluten. Jesus, stop. It's my fridge. They're not full of gluten. There's a lot of vegetables involved. There's a lot of rice involved. There's a lot of other spices involved. And so I would love to try that. I would love to go to certain places I haven't been to yet. And I would love to try other things that I haven't tried yet. Do I still have a dream of riding a motorcycle? More than likely. I'm not going to say no to that, but I'm not going to say yes either. And I'm talking about actually driving it, not riding it, because I've ridden motorcycles. I just never driven a motorcycle. There's a ton of things that I want to do in my life that I haven't tried yet. And for some reason, it just dawned on me recently that there's a lot less time left than there was before. I mean, I'm going to celebrate 60 years of being on this earth. And I don't think people have a concept of this the way you get it until you're older. And I'm not even talking 30, I'm talking maybe 50, 60. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you don't see an old person. You see yourself just a little, I don't know, maybe a little chubbier, maybe some more wrinkles and whatnot, but you still see the person you saw when you were 18, 19, when your face defined for what was going to be in the future. And it doesn't change that much unless you get a little chubbier or a little skinnier or whatever. I don't even know how to explain it so that people, I wish somebody could explain it in a way that I can't right now. But the reality is that I have changed my mind so much about some people's midlife crisis, because I remember when I was growing up, one of the biggest signs that a man was having a midlife crisis is that he would buy a sports car. And I used to make fun of him with everybody else because I was 16, 17, 18. That's the fridge. No, that's not the fridge. That's somebody in their kitchen. Oh, that's interesting. I'm not going to edit this, so you're going to have to listen to all of it. The truth of it is that the more I think about it, the more I realize that it wasn't what we call a midlife crisis is not necessarily a midlife crisis. I don't know how to... I think what a midlife crisis actually is that people realize that they are closer to saying goodbye than they are to when they were younger, and that they want to try all the things that they haven't tried. And so we call it a midlife crisis because society tells you that you have to act a certain way when you get to a certain age. I'm turning 60 in November. I'm supposed to be a grandma, have gray hair, be a certain size, be a certain way, talk a certain way. I don't do any of those things. I hate gray hair. Don't ask me what it is about it. I've never liked gray hair. There's only one woman in the planet, and her name was Celeste. She's passed on. She was the Secretary of Education in Puerto Rico, and she's also the mother of somebody that I'm very familiar with. And that is the only woman I've ever seen that had gray hair from a young age, because I don't think she was even 50 when she was the Secretary of Education. But she always had the perfect gray hair, and I freaking loved her hair. I've never seen anybody look that good in gray hair before or after. Oh, except for one of my husband's uncles. One of my husband's uncles has gray hair. And he also has light color eyes, and he's always looked great with that gray hair. Other than those two people, I don't really recall. And if, to be honest, I've seen more men with gray hair look better than women with gray hair. It's not like I think that if you don't have, I mean, if you have gray hair, you don't take care of yourself or anything like that. That's not even it. I just don't like it. I don't like it on me. And so if I don't have purple hair, and if you know, you know, I color my hair this color because it's the closest thing to covering the grays. I don't want to fight the grays. I just don't want to see them. Well, if you ask 33% of the population will be more than happy to tell you that she doesn't want to accept her age. No, that has nothing to do with it. I just don't like it. I dress a certain way, and I'm not gonna lie. I have been. It's interesting because I'm looking at a bunch of clothes that I kept in the closet that I decided to wash because I want to start wearing clothes that are more to my brain. But none of my clothes are my age. Hell, I still have mini skirts. I just don't want to dress like a 60-year-old is supposed to. If you're a certain way, you're supposed to dress a certain way. I'm not interested. If you're my age, you're supposed to have your whole life figured out. I don't. I really don't. And I don't mind sharing that with you. I don't. And so here I am feeling kind of sorry for myself. I'm not going to lie. I kind of feel sorry for myself. I kind of feel like the world has passed me by, and I don't know. Anyway, I'm just wondering if anybody out there sees this video, if you've ever felt like this, especially if you're Generation X or older. Have you ever felt like you look at yourself in the mirror and you still see the kid that you used to be, only a little older? While people look at you from the outside and all they see is an old woman or an old man, depending who you are. Thank you so much for listening. I know this is kind of rambly, but it is just some thoughts that have come to my mind. You have a wonderful day.